Before we continue with the adventure, I wanted to take a few moments to talk about the game's other playable character, Eric Lecard. Playing as Eric is very different to playing as John, mostly due to his weapon being a spear as opposed to the more traditional whip. The spear offers slightly better range than the whip and can be thrust in 6 different directions, making Eric the easier character to use. Eric serves as a speedrunner's character of choice as his super jump, which you activate by holding down and then pressing the jump button, can be used to skip entire areas if used correctly. The super jump can also act as a saving grace in areas such as stage 2-2. Eric's level 4 weapon is a flaming spear, while the sub-weapon that comes with it looks different graphics-wise to John's, yet acts in much the same way. The other noteworthy thing about Eric is that he has an absolutely brutal death animation where he gets impaled by his own weapon, but naturally this was deemed too violent for us super-sensitive Europeans and was therefore replaced in the new generation. Eric would go on to have a key role in another Castlevania title, but that's another story for another time. And now we return to our regularly scheduled Let's Play. Welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Bloodlines! Last time we defeated a golem in Atlantis, and today we're climbing the leaning tower of Pisa over here in Italy. But while we've left Greece far behind, Greece isn't quite ready to let us go just yet, in the form of these harpies. Honestly, not a big fan of these harpies. My controller has just gone very, very strange there. Well, that was weird. The perils of live recording, I guess. That's really strange. I wasn't tabbed out or anything. But yeah, the harpies, not a big fan. They're quite annoying. They fly just out of range of your weapon. That one comes in low for a swooping attack. I've learned that by the number of times I've tried to record this blasted level with a halfway decent take. And you either have to use your sub-weapons or the diagonal whip when you're jumping. Also, the Manitors have learned a new trick, which I completely trivialised right there. But they can pick up these pillars and then use them like gigantic battering ram baseball bats against you. Honestly, I kind of wish that when they picked it up, there was like a special thing where it just like crushes him. Like the architecture just falls because it's no longer got a pillar to support it, and it just crushes the guy. Get out of here, you freaking flying bird brains, or however that song goes. Did I just talk about that in the last episode? That's the problem of waiting 3 weeks to do another recording in a series. Anyway, when you get to this room, you want to run, because that peeping eye is going to wake up, and ideally I want to get through this without taking a hit. I may wake up the other peeping eye. That lag is not on my end, that is the game. The game does actually... For a game that was made in the early 90s on the Mega Drive, it does have quite a lot of lag, I've noticed. I'm doing... I don't want to say I'm doing alright, because that's the kiss of death to any decent run. Let's just get the hell out of this room. So now, we enter a chamber that Eric can't actually go into. How the hell that did not hit me, I have no idea. He actually has to just super jump up in the previous room that we've been. But because John hasn't got that ability, he has to use his whip like Indiana Jones to swing across these chasms. Also, do I want the axe? Yeah, I'll take the axe. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why have you just given up the super weapon? Well, there is a reason for it. And there you go. The swing can be a little bit awkward, and it is possible to basically knock yourself straight into a pit. But so far, so good. And now our first sub-boss. This is the Snake Dragon. Why it's called that, God only knows, because it's just a bigger bone dragon. It's just a bigger white dragon. So why didn't they just call it White Dragon X, or Large White Dragon, or whatever? Why Snake Dragon particularly? And now we're going to climb up the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but its foundations are a bit crumbly, and so we have to do all we can to climb up the tower while avoiding these Medusa heads. Now, in the previous episode, I had a bit of a rant about the Medusa heads, where I said that certain parts of the game, they were... That's not the one I wanted to pick up. They were a threat to you. Here they're not, because you're constantly going up anyway to avoid the scrolling screen and get up the tower. Also, this is quite annoying. If you hit a candle, you're not quite underneath it, the item will just fall straight to the ground. I don't know why, but it's not solid ground underneath, despite the fact it looks like it's solid ground underneath. But yeah, because you're going constantly up, these Medusa heads are not a threat, because, well, you're going constantly up. In later levels of the game, they are a threat, and even though you're going up, you're not going up at a constant rate like this. You have to time your jumps perfectly. And let's get in the door here. You can actually get a 1-up with Eric, but John cannot get it. You have to go up the tower, all the way to the tower, and then out to the other exit, I believe, anyway. So things are going relatively well so far. Now I've said that, I'm going to get a hit. Oh, I want that because the return of the orb. And this guy can do nothing to you because the benefits of being able to whip him through a platform. So yeah, let's get to the elephant in the room then. I've not been around for a few weeks. I had every intention of doing this just after the second video in the series went out because this was supposed to be a 6-day series for Halloween. And that just went out the window, unfortunately. It happens. I got ill, so I didn't want to record with like sounding like I had a terrible cold. Even though I did kind of have a terrible cold. I didn't feel straight up that platform because I wasn't paying attention right there. The sub-weapon is an absolute godsend in this section, by the way. And something that's quite funny, if you're playing as Eric here, and you happen to die in one of the sections of these, platforming sections, that death animation I showed where he gets impaled by his spear, the spear actually misses him, and just plummets straight to the ground below. I'm using up all my sub-weapons, but I don't care. I don't particularly need them for the... Well, actually, that's kind of a lie. I didn't think I picked that up. The holy water is not a good fit for this thing, by the way. Although it did quite well to take care of that. Sorry I'm kind of stumbling over my words, but yeah, as I was trying to say, the reason for the 3-week delay was a combination of whip. Well, I've lost my mega whip, but that's okay. My mega whip? Oh my god! Just hit that guy the wrong way. That was metal as hell. I'm doing all right. Honestly, this again is another section that is easier for Eric than it is for John. I think, in fairness, this entire level is easier for Eric than it is for John, and that includes the boss. Let's take the axe. I mean, with this amount of health, I should be all right, but it's quite possible to fall off the tower and die. So our boss this time is called the Gargoyle, and that is not a gargoyle in my opinion. That is a big flying bat, and I just missed with my first shot with the axe. Okay, to avoid this attack, you just go to jump stationary. There will be 4 instances of this, and then he'll come down and attack you when you just whip him. The reason why I've got the axes is, although this isn't particularly hard, he does have phases. And here's this jump attack again. And again, I do not know why he's called a gargoyle, because he's a giant meat-coloured bat. There we go. When he flaps off the screen like that, he's changing phases. He's one ugly bugger, by the way, I've just noticed, by the way. And then the tower starts rotating, which makes things a little bit more difficult. That tail whip attack sometimes I am doing a horrible job of trying to aim with these axes. I'd rather take this nice and slow and try and keep the lives. There, I got a nice couple of shots off to him. This is not the entire boss fight, by the way. I'm still awful at aiming these axes. There we go. Into the final phase, then. This is the most dangerous one, actually, because he will try to bounce. And that might not sound particularly dangerous. And indeed, down it goes in flames, and that is by far the easiest take I've had at this stage. Why on earth did I have so many problems? But I promise you, I did. That's the end of the gargoyle. Before I even got the chance to explain what the hell it did. I missed the orb and then didn't miss the orb. That's brilliant. And the ending screen is lagged because of the rotation of the tower. There's quite a few instances in the later levels of the game where you do actually get quite a bit of lag. So there we go, that's the end of Stage 3, and Stage 4 will be coming, probably not tomorrow. Who am I kidding? Definitely not tomorrow. But I'll try not to make it wait till 3 weeks this time, but then again, knowing me, who knows at this point.